Hey, payday. You want payday? I know that. I was born ready. Apparently not. Canelo Alvarez announces he's fighting. Hey, no, guys. Hey, Max. This is Big Punch. It's drama. Ggg Golovkin next, instead of the man that just beat him, Dmitry Bivol. So if you want to hear more on this, stay tuned to this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. I got to be the greatest, but more on that later. Canelo Alvarez has confirmed he, as the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, all the belts as super middleweight, he will fight Ggg Golovkin, a guy who hasn't fought at super middleweight, instead of fighting Dmitry Bivol. Wow. Now, I can't say I'm surprised because this is what I predicted. Now, I posted this meme that I made days ago saying Canelo Man fans refreshing the page on my YouTube channel to see my latest uploads when Canelo picks a 40-year-old Triple G trilogy instead of rematching Dmitry Bivol, who just beat him. And this was days ago. You guys see it all on the screen. Follow me at BOXINGEGO1. Very, very easy for Ggg to pick and see this one coming. I got to be the greatest in the business. Now, this doesn't do anything positive for Canelo's brand, because Canelo easily, if he wants, because you got to understand this. Canelo Man fans, they say, oh, when I make these videos, Ego, you're hating. Oh, you're a Canelo hater. Oh, you're talking trash. Oh, you're talking shit. But then when exactly what I say happens, then they just turn into vapor and dust because they know they've been proven wrong. And Canelo had an awesome opportunity here. First time since 2013, the Floyd Mayweather massacre, right? Where he lost, where he could really show the world what he's made of. We're not often used to seeing Canelo up against any type of major adversity. People have went out and said that, hey, we see what you're doing. Mexican legends, leyenda, like Eric Morales, and at a time Julio Cesar Chavez, he kind of backed off on Canelo and eased up because Canelo says he's his idol and all this type of stuff. And more importantly, a guy that's been very consistent, guys, Nacho Beristain and Juan Manuel Marquez. And from them to me to others have pinpointed exactly what Canelo was doing. And Juan Manuel Marquez said that Canelo Alvarez has chosen guys at the right time, guys who were faded, washed up, and things like that. So right then and there, you have an amazing opportunity to shut up the Juan Manuel Marquez and the Nacho Beristains and the Boxing Egos by rematching Dmitry Bivol. Others like Paulie Malignaggi and Roy Jones Jr. Did I just say that? So we're gonna take some time. You take some. I'm coming to get it back. You beat me. I say, okay, we had good names. Still, Pensacola in the house. They have also suggested that Canelo Alvarez versus Bivol was a cherry pick gone wrong. Andre Ward said that Canelo miscalculated. So that's kind of the same thing in my interpretation of a cherry pick gone wrong. So all these professional fighters from different walks of life, different careers, different styles of fights, they all said pretty much similar stuff. Antonio Tarver said, man, Bivol, he's good and blah, 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 right? Canelo had a chance on a silver platter to shut everybody up and show what he's made of. And he hauls off and picks, as Ggg predicted, a 40-year-old Triple G who hasn't looked the same since the HBO days. Let's be real. Triple G, I've seen him. Abel Sanchez famously said that Triple G has never been hurt in a fight. I've seen since that point when he left Abel Sanchez, it appears that Triple G's performances have definitely regressed. In my honest assessment of boxing, like I always give you, that uncut, that raw, that puro, that blue magic, that cocaína, when it comes to this boxing talk, I would say that Abel Sanchez and Triple G, their styles married better and they seem to gel better. And the more destructive performances, that to me is more innate and inherently Gennady Golovkin, more his style of fight is whatever he was doing with Abel Sanchez. But since he's been with Jonathan Banks, I've seen a regression of Triple G. So that could be the trainer switch and you're working on different things. It could be a passion switch. It could be partly Triple G's age, whatever it is. But when he stopped fighting on HBO, when he stopped working with Abel Sanchez because he didn't want to pay him money, Triple G has not looked great since that time, right? Even against guys like Steve Rolls, who we knew he would beat, he was getting tagged. And that fight was at a catchweight of 164. So him moving up to fight Canelo at 168, despite Canelo coming off of a loss, right? That doesn't really spell a victory for Triple G. I've said this time and time over. If Triple G, some fans believe he won the first fight, myself included, I thought he won the first fight. Some even had him winning both fights. That was several years ago at the height of his career, basically. And the judges didn't see it. You look at Dmitry Bivol, he beat Canelo down to the point where it was very discouraging, to the point where Canelo's ducking him and not doing an immediate rematch. So you look at the judges' scorecards in that fight, it was a fix. The fix was in. They automatically gave Canelo Alvarez the first 4 rounds. So why on earth would anyone want to see Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo 3 on DAZN pay-per-view? DAZN, man, I'm gonna have to break this up into many videos because I got so much to say. But it's just an L for Canelo. It's an L for DAZN. You know, Triple G, I'm not gonna say it's an L for him because where else does he go? You know, you could keep fighting in Japan. We know he doesn't want to fight Demetrius Andre, Jermell Charlo, David Morrell, nobody like that. So this is just the last kind of hurrah payout. And you guys will see that when the fight happens. And don't get it twisted. Some people like Eddie Hearn, they're going to try to sell it like, oh, this is more intriguing because Canelo just lost. But he just lost to a completely different guy in a different division. So don't let that fool you. Triple G is Triple G, and he hasn't successfully, on paper, beat Canelo Alvarez in 2 attempts. Now that he looks faded and he's never fought at 168 against anybody recently of note, then I give him 0 chance to win. He's going to need a knockout to win. And he's struggling with Murata for the first couple rounds. I thought he lost to Sergey Derevchenko. He's getting tagged by Steve Rolls. It took him several rounds to get Kamil Sesmeta out. Canelo has more experience in the higher weight classes than Triple G, and he aged him out and waited. He had an opportunity to show who he was, and he did that. And I told you this, and I predicted it. Lastly, another reason this looks horrible for Canelo Alvarez is because Eddie Hearn, his current promoter, told you several times over that this fight with Dmitry Bivol, after losing, the ball was in Canelo Alvarez's court, and he could exercise and had a rematch clause. You see it on the screen. Hearn on the Bivol-Canelo rematch clause. Ultimately, it is up to Saul to activate it. So there was a rematch clause, and Canelo Alvarez, not wanting no smoke, decided, hey, I'm not, you only have a certain amount of time, whatever was negotiated. Let's say 30 days, 90 days, whatever was negotiated for the rematch clause. And Canelo Alvarez is telling you, hey, hell nah, I'm not going right back into that Dmitry Bivol fight. So again, as I said in the beginning, you got myself, Roy Jones Jr., Paulie Malignaggi, all alluding that this was a cherry pick gone wrong. Then Bivol beats you. So now we know he's not a cherry pick and his style can beat you. And Canelo goes right back to cherry picking, fighting a 40-year-old coming off of performances that are lackluster and trying to sell that as a pay-per-view. So again, this Canelo's brand has plummeted and taken a major hit trying to play God, as I call it, and messing around and not taking the fights. Because David Benavidez is a beast. We would have understood if you had a tough fight with him and lost. Or Jermell Charlo, you lost and put a guy on the map that no one had even heard of. And then now when we know he's not a cherry because he beat you, you don't want no smoke with him. You're like, oh, let's just leave it like that. Let me fight this other guy, Golovkin, that I've already beat years ago and hasn't looked the same and has a different trainer and doesn't look like he has the same passion or power and things like that. Wow, very telling for Canelo's career. Many more videos coming soon. The Chupapi Muñeños is down bad. Subscribe. Introducing Super Thanks right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.